Well, hi there, and welcome to our Sunday song time once again. And you know what? I got a request. Yes, somebody asking me to sing a song. So of course I'm going to do that. And BJ, if you're watching, my good friend BJ, this is for you. Although I really realize that this song is for everybody, the message of it especially. And it was written by Dottie Rambo. She wrote a number of country gospel standards back in her lifetime, and this song has been recorded by all kinds of different people, including Elvis. And so, like I've often said, if you want to go on YouTube, look it up and you'll see how it's supposed to really sound. But here we go. My version of If That Isn't Love. He left the splendor of heaven, knowing his destiny was the lonely hill of Golgotha, there to lay down his life for me. And if that isn't love, then the ocean is dry. There's no stars in the sky, and the sparrow can't fly. Yes, if that isn't love, then heaven's a myth. There's no feeling like this. If that isn't love, even in death he remembered the thief hanging by his side. Then he spoke of love and compassion, and he took him to paradise. And if that isn't love, then the ocean is dry. There's no stars in the sky, and the sparrow can't fly. Yes, if that isn't love, then heaven's just a myth. There's no feeling like this. If that isn't love, if that isn't love, wow. And it certainly is, isn't it? And I was thinking of that song and the reference that it makes to that amazing story, and we find it actually in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 23. And there's Jesus on the cross, and he's being crucified in between two criminals. And one of the criminals who was hanging there hurled insults at him. Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us. In other words, get us out of here. But the other criminal rebuked him. Don't you fear God, he said, since you are under the same sentence? We, as in you and I, we are punished justly, for we're getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong. And then he said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And what did Jesus say? He said, truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise. All he did was ask, and Jesus said, today you'll be with me in paradise. Boy, the love that was shown on the cross, the love to you and me. And love is so important. In fact, God so loved the world, that's why he gave Jesus his son in the first place. But I was thinking about how to recognize God's love. And, that comes from some very famous words. We usually hear these read at weddings. In fact, there's a chapter in the Bible we call the love chapter. How about that? Yes, 1 Corinthians 13. And it starts off with the Apostle Paul. He's saying here at the end of 1 Corinthians 12, he says, I will show you the most excellent way. And then he begins. And he talks about, if I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have a faith that can move mountains, in other words, if I'm like a super Christian, the most spiritual person you know, if I know this book backwards and forwards, but I don't have any love, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. I can tell people all these great things that I'm doing, but if it's not motivated by love, it's nothing. It's nothing. And then he says this, love, and this is God's kind of love, the love that God shows us. He said, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. He says love never fails. And then we get those famous words at the end of 1 Corinthians 13. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And as you read through the New Testament, you discover the importance of extending that same love to other people. First, Jesus says to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. That's the first and greatest commandment. And then he says the second one, love your neighbor as yourself. And throughout the Bible, people like Paul, people like James, they tell us that when we love our neighbors, we are fulfilling the law. We are fulfilling everything God wants us to do. Hey, that's the importance of love. And the love that he showed us on the cross, wow, if that isn't the ultimate love, I'm not sure what is. Yeah. Jesus said, sometimes you might consider laying down your life for a righteous person, but God demonstrated his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. That's his love. He has it for you. And when you receive his love, he says to go out and share it. And doesn't the world need that? Anyway, BJ, thank you so much for asking for this song, and I hope it blessed you and a few others here watching this time round. God bless you.